Right, so for those of you who remember my wedge hatch video, you will know that in that video, I talked about this worm gear winch that I was going to use on the side to tighten the ropes, the Dyneema lines that I was going to use to hold the hatches shut. And, as I mentioned how I was going to figure out how to make these since nobody makes something as small as this. So I started trying to figure out how I was going to do that. And the problem I was having, the issue I was having was, so this is the gear. So this is a small idea of it. So that's the gear in here. That's that gear. So it'll be a box, the gear inside, and then you'll have this gear, this gear coming in up here. And as you twist this shaft right here, you turn this gear. You can see it right here. So you got that going on. And as you twist this one turns. And so this gear right here would be this gear here, which is that kind of the side view of that would be that gear. And since it's on the side of the boat, so the way this works, so this would be up against the side of the boat. Well, I can't put a handle down here because the handle runs into the side of the boat. So I had to come up with some way of bringing the handle, out. So my idea was, well, I'll take, several different gears like this. So looking at the side here. So this would be mounted up against the side. You got that gear there. So I needed some way to bring a handle out away from the wall. So I was like, okay, I'll put a gear in there like that and the handle attached to that one. And as this turns, and that turns. So I was like, okay, well, how can I... So I just started, messing around. Okay, so got the gear comes down. We got that gear, which would be that, like that. And then I'll put that gear there with a shaft going across. And then I'll bring the handle out. Well, I want to keep it as simple as possible. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I keep the body of the whole thing as low profile as possible and also incorporate, these gears. As you can kind of see, if the main body of the gear is low profile, but then you have this gear sticking out and got the handle sticking out, then you got this thing jogging out like that. And I was like, how do I do that? So I was messing around with it more. It's like, okay, so, we got the body here. We got the gear coming down, the shaft coming down. Here's that gear again, something like that. This gear is up here. And then you got this gear coming off to the side. Well, I'm still trying to build this box at the bottom here. You can see right up here. So right up here, got the gear coming down. So I'm like, okay, I'll build this weird little box here that'll contain this gear. And I kind of figured, okay, kind of in my head, I got it figured out. I kind of know what I'm doing. I was thinking, it's like, well, how can this is complex. I don't want to make this complex because I'm going to have to build these by hand. So what can I do? I was thinking, what can I do? Oh, freaking figures. I remember a very simple thing. Very simple thing. This little thing right here. What's it called? It's called universal joint shaft. What is that? Well, basically you got an X here that's got bearings on the ends. You got bearings on the ends. And then you got these, what do you call bodies? I don't know, sockets that attach to those 4 points. And essentially it doesn't matter where you orient these things. You see these are on cars. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to turn a shaft that's at different angles or at different, turns. It's an amazing joint. Well, so if I run this shaft down, and simply cut out a small square here, keep everything within the body. So this would be the gear. Got this shaft coming down. And then I just put this here. I just put this universal joint right there. What that allows me to do is it allows me to put an extension on there, and then the leverage from the handle. So basically, I'm able to tighten everything down extremely well because I got good leverage here. This bar can slide. I can put two hands on it. I can take it out so it's not sticking out anywhere. And it's a simple solution. That's it. Like, you just want to kick yourself sometimes, and you're thinking way too complex. I mean, I'm just like, well, how do I fit this? How can I make it all in one piece? How can I do it anyway? So there it is. Keep it simple. And so, that's not very interesting. I haven't posted lately because I don't really have any interesting details to post. So I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to be able to put out between now and summertime when I finally get back to the build. But we'll see. But I thought this was kind of a good example of overthinking something and then suddenly coming up with a solution that's 100 times easier. So, hope you enjoyed. Till next time.